Hi guys! If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Juliasurface and I'm a sophomore at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And I haven't done a sit-down video in like a really long time, and so I'm really excited about this video because I like sit-down videos. They're fun for me to do. So today, based off the title, I'm just doing some tips and advice for virtual recruitment. So if you watch my sorority recruitment video, I just went through the process. I was a potential new member, or also known as a PNM. You're gonna hear that word kind of thrown around this video. I'm fresh, I'm new to this whole sorority thing, but I did just go through recruitment as a PNM and I did do the virtual thing. So I feel like it's really important for people who just like went through the process to give like advice to girls who maybe haven't gone through that process yet and will be, because I know a lot of schools will do delay recruitment or they will do recruitment in the spring. So I want to do this video because it's fresh in my mind, just went through the process, and I want to share with you guys some tips and tricks and things that I learned from my experience going through virtual recruitment. So I have like a little notebook with things that I just want to make sure I say, so if I'm looking down, like that's what I'm looking at. But let's just go ahead and get right onto the video. The first thing that I just want to go ahead and say is just to relax. Literally, no one has been through this before. This is completely uncharted territory. PNMs have never done this. Girls in the houses have never had to do this, and Panhellenic has never had to deal with this. It's brand new, so there really is no reason for you to be freaking out. Everyone is in the exact same playing field, just trying to maneuver like how to do this stuff properly, like what's the best methods, the best way to make everyone feel comfortable. So just take a deep breath and relax. It's all gonna work out. So I kind of want to start out with things that you can do like before like going into your rounds for recruitment, so just kind of like planning out things. So my first tip for that is do not spend hundreds of dollars like getting brand new outfits. For virtual recruitment, they're literally going to be seeing like what you guys are seeing of me right now, literally like your waist up. So there really is no point to be spending hundreds of dollars on like brand new skirts or shorts or shoes or whatever, or really any like article of clothing. Like you really do not need to be spending hundreds of dollars. You just need to wear what makes you feel comfortable and what you think really, you know, represents you and your style and who you are as a person. And I know it's probably been said 1,000 times in different people's videos, but like especially now, like I feel like you really don't need to like go out and spend hundreds of dollars. Like literally they're not going to see your outfit in person, it's over Zoom, so there really is no need to be doing anything like that. So going alongside that, just make sure that your outfits really do represent who you are as a person. And for virtual recruitment, I think it's so important to make sure that you have something from waist up that makes you stand out, whether that's like some earrings, a pretty necklace, like a really pretty like top or dress, just something that kind of makes you stand out and you think that represents you as a person. I think that's so important because like I said, they can only see you from the waist up. So really focus on finding pieces of clothing that you already own, or if you do want to go buy something that makes you feel comfortable, then do that. That will just really allow you to stand out and feel confident. I have definitely seen like a lot of people on social media and even my own like friends and people I know, they just kind of dressed up halfway, which you can totally do that. Like I've already said multiple times, they're only going to be seeing you from the waist up. But I personally would just dress full out because I think that it just makes you feel so much more confident. I didn't wear shoes because like what's the point of that? Like they really definitely are not going to be looking at your feet. But like I just felt really confident in myself knowing that like my outfit was complete. I was just kind of like worried that maybe they would be like, oh, what are you wearing today, and like make me like stand up and like show my outfit, which they did not do that at all. So I don't want you guys to think that they do that. They don't. But at least not for my school. I cannot stress this enough, but definitely be in an area with good lighting. Good lighting is key to virtual recruitment. The sorority girls want to see your pretty faces and your cute outfits and your cute accessories if you want to do that. And it's so important to make sure that like you are representing yourself in the best quality as possible, and lighting is huge for quality. So if you have the opportunity, definitely sit behind a window. Have the window facing you right here, like I'm doing right now. I have like a window right by my desk, and so that can bring in some natural light, and it just makes a huge difference rather than just being like dark and in the shadows. Like that just doesn't really have the best impression. Also, I invested in a ring light, which I use for YouTube, and I'm using it currently. I love the ring light. It really does like help with lighting. And it definitely helped me with virtual recruitment, because my recruitment was actually sometimes during the school week and it was at night. So you don't really have that natural light coming in at like 8 o'clock at night. So my ring light was incredibly useful. I got it off of Amazon, I think for like $20. It really was not that expensive. And for me, like, I love it because now I use it for YouTube. So I would definitely recommend making sure you have natural lighting and then potentially buying a ring light. Another thing that I think is really important for virtual recruitment is headphones. My roommate and I, we actually both were going through recruitment at the exact same time. And luckily, like, she and I never were in the room at the same time that we were trying to recruit. I personally, like, don't know how people did that. I know it happened. That's just kind of crazy to me to think. Like, I feel like I would be hearing her talking and she'd be hearing me talking. I'd be getting confused. Luckily, there is a study room in our dorm, and either me or her would go to the study room to do our rounds and the other person would stay in the room. But I still think purchasing headphones is like super important, especially if you and your roommate are going through recruitment in the exact same room, because your roommate definitely doesn't want to hear your conversations and you're gonna get tripped up hearing her. And so just absolutely make sure that you have headphones and that they work. I would highly recommend testing your headphones before like going to college or before going through recruitment, just in case like they are broken, you can like quickly go get a replacement. I think in general, like, headphones are important for Zoom classes. I'm online, and Emily's online for a lot of her classes as well, and so it has been a lifesaver having headphones for our classes. So it's a good investment, not just for like recruitment, but for like Zoom classes and online classes in general. So definitely do that. Another tip I have is to make sure that you have water and like your lip gloss or your lipstick nearby. Your mouth is gonna get so dry from talking to girls. So staying hydrated is like vital to ensuring that you're going to be able to have like the energy and the best quality conversations you can have. So have your water bottle nearby. After rounds, I always felt like I needed to kind of touch up on some makeup, and especially my lipstick and lip gloss. So I always just had some lipstick and lip gloss nearby that I could just put on really quick before another round, because for me, like, my rounds were kind of back to back at some point. So just making sure you're prepared. If you need a snack, bring that. Really just be prepared. And my last and final tip for like preparing for virtual recruitment is to have a notebook handy. I think this is seriously so important, because when you have a notebook, you're able to write down any notes that you have or anything that you learn about the sororities after the rounds, and also make sure that you write down the names of the girls that you talk to. I personally didn't have this happen to me. My roommate did. During one of her rounds, one of the girls asked her who she talked to the day before, which definitely caught her off guard, and fortunately she remembered their names. But I would just highly suggest just covering all your bases and just writing down the names of the girls you talk to, because in-house girl may ask you the next round who you talk to. I also had questions prepared just for myself in case like the conversations were a little dull. I could just kind of glance down at my notebook and just have like questions and things that I want to ask ready to go. And I think that's awesome about virtual recruitment, is you kind of can have like a little bit of some notes down, while in person, like, it is in person, so you can't really have like a notebook or things out and about. So definitely use that to your advantage. Hey guys, so this is Emily. You guys know her.
Hello.
She also went through virtual recruitment, as many of you probably do know. And I thought it'd be cool to just ask some of my friends like what their advice would be for girls who are getting ready to go through virtual recruitment. So I'm gonna let her take over and give y'all some advice.
Yeah, so one thing for me, I guess my biggest piece of advice to give anybody going through virtual recruitment was, and I know this is cliche, y'all are gonna kill me, but just to really be yourself. Oftentimes I feel like in other sorority recruitment videos, people will say, oh, like treat it as an interview. And for me, I almost feel like that kind of prevents like myself from really coming across as like my most authentic and truest self. Kind of before recruitment, I kind of thought in my head, you know, okay, well for this chapter, if I think it's a certain way, I have to try to act like that to fit a certain mold so I will get asked back, when really like it's the opposite. The chapters are made up of so many different types of girls, and that's what makes you know, a chapter special. Measure after each round, like, okay, you know, how comfortable was I in that house? One thing that really helped me was just kind of seeing each round as I'm gonna go to the cafeteria and meet up with a close friend. Another piece of advice kind of on that same note is just to encourage you to remember that, you know, it's the sororities are trying to impress you as well. I was nervous because I was like, oh, well, you know, I need to bring up this, you know, of my resume or community service to try to impress the chapters, when really like at the end of the day, it's the sororities recruiting you. Don't be afraid to ask the sororities the hard questions. And I think that's something that could make you stand out as well if you're asking them something that's deeper than just superficial questions. Little summary of all that is to be yourself and don't stress. It's the sororities that are trying to impress you. So don't be afraid to just be your funnest and truest self. Love y'all.
Now I'm just gonna read you guys some things that other girls that I know that are in chapters and also went through recruitment have said that they would give advice to new girls going through recruitment. So first, recruitment was really different this year, but I feel like doing recruitment virtually gives PNMs the chance to get to know the chapters for what they're really like, without all the fancy clothes and decorations. You can really see who you have the best conversations with, because that is so important at the end of the day. And then another piece of advice is expect there to be technology issues. Not everything is going to run smoothly for every single person 100% of the time. I couldn't join one of the house's Zoom meetings and was freaking out, but it was not a big deal at all. Just relax and know that everything will work out. And so for me, I think my biggest advice is to really just kind of be yourself, like Emily said, and have fun. It's a stressful time period, but it's also supposed to be fun. This is an organization outside of school. You're supposed to like it and love it and want to participate in it. It's like, this is supposed to be a fun thing that you get to do for 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, or even 1 year. Like, it's supposed to enhance your college experience. Just really enjoy the conversations you have with the girls and really make sure that these are the girls that you do want to hang out with for 4, 3, 2, how many years you're doing it for. Really give the girls the opportunity to show you what their chapter is all about. And of course, like I've said, just relax and just know that you can do this. And if it doesn't work out for you, that's totally okay. You can always try again next year, or you can try in the spring, whatever your school's regulations are. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't. And a sorority should not define you. I hope that it works out for every single one of you that are watching this video and are going through virtual recruitment. You guys are all amazing, and I am so excited for all of you to find your homes, and I wish you all the best of luck. I hope this video was helpful. Take a deep breath, and you got this. Go through recruitment and find your forever home. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.